Kenny, just what do you take away from a game like tonight?
I don't know. I thought our spirit was good. A lot of our processes were good. Thought the young guys played well. You know, but the real silver lining here for me is DG. I mean that was a DG we know and love, and him and JA, that combo. I thought they were awesome. But the fact of the matter is we couldn't stop them tonight. And it's really the 3 games we played them this year. It's not just tonight. 3 games we played this team. I think they scored in the 130s every game. So it's really the story. We could never really get a stop against these guys.
And you talked at the beginning of the season about wanting your guys to crash on the offensive glass. You guys were saying 3 to the basket on offensive rebounds more than any other team in the league, but you guys are also failing to get back in transition. Is there any thought to changing that identity?
You can do both. It's been proven. We've proven you can do both. We've proven it. We proved it last year. We proved a lot of this year. You play these really fast teams. That's their identity, right? And they got behind us a couple times, but still want to go to the boards. Still part of our philosophy.
Tyrese and Naquan both gave you a ton of energy tonight. Just in that moment, what do you think about their performances tonight is my first question.
Yeah, I thought our energy and our spirit was good. And those guys were a part of it. Tyrese was, for a guy who hasn't played in a while, really good, great energy. I'm glad we went with him in the starting lineup. Thought it gave us a boost. Obviously very skilled and gave us another ball handler out there. And then Naquan, typical Naquan energy, kind of doing all the little things, cutting, offensive rebounding. So I thought those guys, I thought they both played well.
Did you give it any kind of thought about maybe closing with one of them or both of them?
Yeah, we thought about Tyrese, just with the shooting piece, but we went with our guys, went with our vets. But that was definitely a discussion. Do we leave them or take them out? So definitely could, second guess that. I could see that.
Yeah. Kenny, before the game, you talked about message delivery and things like that. Just what was the message to the team after this?
I liked our camaraderie. I loved our spirit on the bench. The guys who weren't playing were supporting the guys. We didn't put our heads down. DG was leading it, on the bench, keeping everybody's spirit up. It was deflating, Dan. We couldn't get stops, right? At the end of the day, you score 125 points. That should be enough. So to me, that was the deflating part of it. Then when they missed, we couldn't come up with the boards. So it was. But like I said in the beginning, they've kind of. We really never slowed this team down in 3 games we played them. Credit to them. Credit to their style of play and speed and. But like I said, these guys had great spirit, great camaraderie tonight. That's all you ask. When you're down, guys, it can get, it's hard to bounce back. But our guys, we kept our spirit up. Proud of the guys.
What do you think has led to DeAndre's struggles?
Yeah, trying to, listen, I always look at it, if a guy's struggling, as good a player is, I kind of put a lot on me. I have to figure out a better way to help him because he's too good of a player to be, to be at this level. He's probably at a C level. He should be in an A level. So I put most of that on my shoulders. I think trying to get him in that second unit was it's only been 2 games, so let's see how that works out. But we're going to keep trying different things to help him. But like I said, I think I put a lot of that on myself.
Jeff. And Kenny, not just with you guys and the Bulls, how does it happen that sometimes teams just don't match up well?
Yeah, they're this style of play has hurt us this year. The speed drive teams, hurting us transition, hurt us with drives. So definitely something we got to look. That's something we got to look at. Toronto, I put in that bucket. There's probably a couple more teams, and that's it's kind of the style of the East right now. A lot of the teams play this way. Atlanta plays that way. Transition drives, transition drives. Like I said, we didn't do a good job slowing them down tonight. Not good enough. Score 125 points. You should come away with the W.
Jim, you said not the offensive rebound. You can do both there. So if it's not that, then what do you attribute the transition stuff?
Like I said, losing the sprint. We're losing too many of the sprint battles, we call them. And it's the 0-second reactions. After a turnover, right? It's like these teams are just going. As soon the ball's loose, they're gone, and they're beating us off the line. We show it to our guys. We're talking about it a lot, trying to clean it up. Like I said, that's the Bulls' identity. That's what they do. And there's two ways you can look at it. You could send 5 back like they used to, just send 5 back. Our offensive rebounding is, especially the way we're shooting the ball now, we need the extra possessions. And I think coming into this game, I think we're first in the possession game in the league. So it's helped us, the offensive rebounding, especially not making shots right now.
You mentioned the style being challenging for you guys. And obviously, you haven't been whole at all the whole year. But if that's the style of the East, what, if any, big picture concerns do you have about that style being?
Yeah, I mean, I like to judge us whole. Quite on, like, I listen. I have the same standards for Tyrese as I have for Donovan, right? Like, you still got to sprint back, like, but I do have some empathy with guys that haven't been in the league a lot, haven't been in rotations, haven't been in top 8 rotations. So I do think, when we get whole, we'll be better. I mean, we faced an Indiana team that was super fast in transition. We made adjustments there, and I thought we slowed them down. Did a good job. So, takes experience, takes games to kind of feel this pace. And we threw a few guys in there tonight, that haven't been around that. So, I think as we get whole, I don't have a major concern that we can't slow teams down like this.
Okay, it's going to wrap for Coach.
All right.